WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here. Today, not that rare, not that exotic. I have Elijah Craig, small batch barrel proof B522 with 60.5%. Now, some of you may be going, but that, Jason, that was the May 2022 edition. Yes, welcome to Europe. First of all, in Europe, we get one batch per year, not three. It has to do with the 750 bottles, not the 700 bottles we need over here. And it has to also do with the fact that it takes a while for the bottles to get over here. So this was actually released at the beginning of December 2022. And now we have January 2023, at least when I'm recording this. And so it takes a while for these bottles to actually hit distribution. So this is distributed by a German company called, over here it's Borco, Import Borco Marken, Import in Hamburg, Germany. So they do all the Elijah Craig stuff, and very well, by the way. We get some good stuff here. Now, what am I going to compare it to? My bottle of the year, American Whiskey 2022. The 2022 02 Lumberyard batch. Yum. Now, this is so good. I just thoroughly enjoyed this. Good. Now, the very first thing that's interesting is the depth of color. Now, you might be able to see this. I did not pour a lot into, but you can see this. You can see that the Booker's is lighter than the Elijah Craig. The Elijah Craig is 12 years of age. This is 7 years, 1 month, and 7 days. So there's 5 years difference in the wood. That's a lot, actually. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add something to this. Why? Because I can. Oh, good job, Jason. No more glasses here. There we go. I'm going to add this bottle. This is the C918 that I just had laying around. This is 65.7%. So here we have 62.4. Here we have 60.05. 1 second here. Now this, the 2021 version was my second place bottle of the year. This bottle exactly, this batch was my first place bottle of the year 2022. Now, this does have a Whiskybase number 223862. And at the moment, I paid 73 euros for this. I have some shops now asking for 93 euros for this. It used to be 62, and I mean used to be, that would be the beginning of 2022. A year ago, we were paying 62. Now, I paid 73, and some people are actually asking 93. Price of bourbon is just exploding at the moment. All right, so even when I look at these two, the 2022 is darker than the 2018. On the nose, now, the nose of the 2022 does not really please me. I get a little bit of the pine needle moment going on there, which I'm not very fond of, to be honest. There's vanilla. Now, if I go over here, great nosing notes. This is much darker. Now, over here, I have my brown sugar. Over here, I have my, oh, by the way, pecans. Over here, I have my leather. Over here, I have a little bit of the oak spice. For some reason, the 62.4 seems less strong than the 60.5. Now, oh, this is berries. I get like a strawberry. I get a little bit more of a creme brulee, that brown sugar with the flame there. This is good stuff. Now so one of my role models, let's use the word role model of Whiskey Tube is and was the Scotch Test Dummies. Scott and Bart, I just love what they've been doing all these years. And in many cases, they've been a role model. Roy over in England, Sorry, oh, shame on me. Glasgow up in Scotland is a role model with Aquavite. Ralphie, of course, has been a role model. And the guys, Scotch Test Dummies, always used to say the bottle of wow. All right, this is wow. You just nose it, you taste it, you go wow. This is a bottle of wow. This, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if this is a bottle of wow or not. This is not exactly where I would have the Elijah Craig. It's good, but it's not great. Both of these are great in my opinion. All right, let's try. Cheers. Mm. Mm. There's a lot more heat than I was expecting. I do remember last year I did a tasting of the Elijah Craig 2021, 20, and 19 versus each other. The 2021 won, even though I had the lowest amount of alcohol, 60.8. As I say, a little bit of that pine pitch, a little bit of a more light honey note, almost a little bit of like a grassiness going on there. This is a solid B whiskey. It's still good. It's still almost very good, but it does not reach that level of excellence that I'm used to in Elijah Craig. Personal opinion. All right, so let's go over here real quick. Let's go over here. Let's go for the direct comparison of the two, and then at the end we'll go to the the best of the best. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. The C918 really does offer you that wow moment. Alcohol, less heat, more mouth-filling flavor, darker, richer. Like I said, that brown sugar creme brulee moment with strawberry, raspberry, a little bit of red berries in there. Oh, wow. Tiny bit of pecan and honey and leather and just goodness. That's, if I were to make an Elijah Craig, that's what I was going to go for. All right, now my German video, I did a little rant and rave, but let's do this as well here, all right? So question of the day. When did Elijah Craig bring their first 12-year-old Elijah Craig barrel proof on the market? So Heaven Hill is the parent company. One of the brands is Elijah Craig. When did they bring the Elijah Craig 12 barrel proof to the market the first time? Did you know? 1986. So right after we had the Blanton single barrel, I think almost the same year, a little bit later, was the small batch of Beam with their Knob Creek, Booker's, Baker's, and Basil Hayden, or Basil Hayden. But they used this name of this Baptist preacher. And let's go to the mythology and legends of bourbon for a half of a second. So Elijah Craig probably was a Baptist minister. He definitely was an entrepreneur. He was the founder of Georgetown. Is that close to any place? And by Bardstown, no. He had a wool processing mill that hosted the town's first bourbon. So, now, Georgetown was not in Bourbon County back then. But Heaven Hill leaned in very strongly to this legend, and they actually put this date on the bottle. I don't know if you can see it, 1789. What was Heaven Hill founded 1789? No, it was founded after World War II. 1789 is the year that supposedly was the first year that bourbon was made in Bourbon County. 1789. And every single bottle has 1789 on here. Now, to be very honest, I should be angry with Heaven Hill for doing that. That's, in my opinion, false advertising. Has nothing to do with this brand, has nothing to do with this company, has nothing to do with bourbon, maybe. We don't know. It's all legend and myth. But Heaven Hill still leans heavily into that. Now, most of you out there do know that this is the normal Elijah Craig. All right, so you have down here red. You don't have the nice little necklace up here on the side. It's a little bit of that redness as well instead of black. So you know that 47%, this is going to be your barrel proofs batches where they mingle or blend, ooh, bad word in bourbon, where they put together hundreds of barrels to make the release that we enjoy every 3 times a year in America and 1 time a year over here in Europe. Very nice whiskey. All right, B plus, definitely all the way. Would put this down to a B, actually B minus minus. All right. Now this, the Bookers, I just love it that they used the green label instead of the ugly beige label we've had for the last 12 years, I would say. Over here, we don't have a 01E for export, but we actually have a second batch that we got in 700 milliliter bottles, and the nose and the palate. Can I just say winner, winner, chicken dinner? I don't think that we have very many products over here in Europe that come close to this batch of bourbons. I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy it. Now, my question of the day is, what age-stated, cask strength, 60 plus ABV bourbon can you recommend to go against this? Whew, that's going to be tough. All right, Stag Junior, no, does not have an age statement. Now called Stag. The other products we import over to Germany, for example, Wilderness Trail, New Riff, they don't have anything at 60 plus. They go in the barrel much, much lower proof. So, what product out there do you know of that can actually manage to more or less manage to keep up with the Bookers? Now, it'd be great if you were in Europe when answering this question to know what is available in Europe, but I'm sure people in America are going to start talking about maybe Foregate and other things that we've never seen over here. But that's fine. Go for it. Whatever you think can actually keep up with that Bookers or the Elijah Craig, what would you recommend then? Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing, liking, sharing, telling others. This is definitely a B plus, B minus, A. Value for money, 62 euros back then. This is going to be a C plus plus. This is now 74 euros going on 94. This is going to be a C whiskey, and this was about 80 euros. Let's say that. All right. So, and this was so good, I'd be willing to say buy. All right. Thank you very much. See you soon, Whiskey Jason. Bye bye.